Today I'm going to share the secrets of how I was able to get collaborations with 100,000 plus subscriber YouTubers when I had under 500 myself, teach you what to do, and most importantly, the things that will mess everything up. My name's Austin, let's dive right in. So the very first thing we have to start this video out with, without exception, number one, do not be selfish. How many times, we're going to do a little role playing here. Let's pretend that I am a YouTuber with about 100 subscribers and you are one with 100,000. How many times have you seen people take this approach? They'll come up and they'll say, how can I get your viewers to watch my channel? How can I get your subscribers to watch me more? How can I take the hours and years of hard work that you have put in to benefit my channel? When you put it that way, it kind of hurts, doesn't it? And hey, I'm not picking on anybody that may do this or anything. I'm just being honest with you, transparent, telling the truth, so hopefully you don't do this anymore. See, they can kind of sniff that from a mile away. All the time, people are just reaching out to them with the same thing. Everyone is being selfish, asking what can you do for me, not what I can do for you. You have to stand out when it comes to this because there are time and time again, I know it happens, people will go to the about page of a YouTuber, they will scour down, find that business email, and just spam it like, hey, my name's Austin, I love your content, you make great videos, by the way, can we do a collab, please? It's not original, it doesn't stand out in any way. It shows that you have done zero research on the channel that you are trying to work with, which how do you even know that you're a good fit for each other that way? It shows them that you don't put in the effort to do the research. Watch the channel. Hopefully you already do watch the channel if you collab with them. Understand who they're about. What are they like? What are their quirks, their personalities? What's their style of video? Will it work well with you? Figure out all this stuff, learn about them, make a personalized email before you go in. I've actually had this happen to me before. They almost had it. Almost had it. Check this out. It was an MCN, I believe, multi-channel network. You don't join them if you're a YouTuber. What had happened was they had this big set of paragraphs. They're like, Austin, we love your channel, Doom Eternal. I'm so excited about this feature coming out, this and that. But I caught one part where they screwed up. At the end of the email, they said, can't wait for August 27th when the Ancient Gods, the DLC, is released on the trailer. And you know what? That stood out to me because I was reading that on August 27th. They'd sent it beforehand, which is fine, but something just seemed copy and paste. They did the research, but just not quite right there. And hey, I give them props for doing what they were doing, reaching out, but like I said, it just didn't work out. You know, don't go for someone just for the views, because like I said, what if you don't work out? They could tell their friends, it will leave a bad name and reputation in the community for yourself, and you don't want that when you're trying to grow a channel, just no matter what size you are, you just don't want to run into that. Because really, honestly, to goodness, the most important thing that you could ever do is bring value. And everybody says that on this platform. You have to bring value, make yourself valuable. But what do they even mean? So this is what it is. You need to figure out why that person should help you with your video, basically. It could be a myriad of things. You could pay them money. Money does work because you got to think, the people that are at this size, they are worried about their own channels, their videos, they're working out business sponsorships with companies, they're working on their tax stuff, their own communities and discords, which I do have one that you should join, by the way, it's pretty cool, and all this other stuff. And then they get hit with 1 million emails a day. Hey, collab with me. You got to do something different, stand out. What I've personally done, not to be like, oh, look at me, was a couple examples here. Do Millionaire. I bought a program, put in my own questions for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for the game Doom, called it Who Wants to Be a Doom Millionaire. We had people on the show and had questions. I was essentially Regis Philbin, God rest his soul, and was playing trivia with Doom. Here we go. Which of these is not a real Sentinel city? Is it A, Argenta, B, Ardur, C, Neros, or D, Karat Lodur? Let's pull it up.
Beep, boop, beep, 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 boop, beep.
All right. Read the question.
Okay. All right. Midnight. What is Lost Soul's weakness? Ice bomb, plasma rifle, or heavy candy? You got 15 seconds.
Now, we didn't jump straight into that. I actually did the first episodes like a year and something ago with people that weren't YouTubers, and this time we brought it back stronger. You have to stand out a little bit. There's another example, the Ultimate DOOMTubers, which we brought in, orchestrated a project of 10 different styles of YouTubers, all in one. We had 10 people, one video, 26 continuous segments, 45 minutes. And you know what? Nothing like that had ever been done before on YouTube for Doom. I took inspiration from Jared Dine's Shred collab and modified it and melded it to fit my niche. We will
rip and tear.
Rip and tear.
Rip and tear.
Until it is done. But then again, that did not come without work. That project was 3 months and several hours, days, weeks, literal months in the making. You have to find ways that stand out and make people want to say, hey, I want to be involved with that project. I want to see what this guy's doing. I want to know what he's about. And set the stage from there. And of course, I have to mention a very key point. Tying into the DOOMTubers, listen to this. Go the other way. Well, what do I mean by that? What's that supposed to be? All right. Don't always just reach up and get the biggest YouTubers you can to collab with and try to get the biggest reach. Go the other way. So in this DOOMTubers project, I had about 300 subs at the time. The largest we had was 100 or so, 100,000. But also there were people that had maybe double digits. I even wanted to work with someone that had 9 subs at the time because he made good videos and I felt like he'd be a good fit for the project. Try to help somebody out, put the shoe on the other foot, so to speak. And I mean, just think about how it feels to go from the other end. You would like to have that big boost from the creator, of course. Well, what about helping somebody else out that may not be up to where you are yet? Do a mix and match, do some cool things with other people, and help everybody out. It's so important that you have respect and professionalism, regardless of the size of the person that you're working with. It doesn't matter if they have 1 sub or 1 million. You have to treat them as if they are the same, almost as if there's another person behind the keyboard, which there is, and people tend to forget that so much. Because you have to think about, oftentimes when you collaborate with someone, you might be putting a video on your channel and one on their channel. It just depends on what you're doing, and you have to think you are representing their brand, their channel. What you say, what you do, how you act, not just in that video, but in the community at large, in your Discord, in other YouTube comment sections, that represents you. And people see those things. They remember how you treat them, and they remember how you act in situations where it's not just in the tiny scope of your videos, but in the greater sense of everything. Social media, all of this is looked at. When you put something on the internet, you can never truly delete it. So think about what you say, how you act, because you are representing someone else's channel, someone else's videos, someone else's money, in other words, and their reputation. All of this, you can't forget. That's so important. And of course, the final thing is no fear. Now, there's a huge difference between being confident and being cocky. I would like to think that I am confident about my ways, and you should be too. You have to have enough faith in what you are doing and believing that it is a project worth this person's time and effort and money, because time is money, and tell them why, not just tell them, show them why it's worth it. You have to believe that it's so good, because if you go to someone, this is for any part of life, and you're like this, hey, I think you should work on my video with me. It's kind of fun. I mean, it might suck, but it might be kind of cool. No. You have to show them, like, hey, this is worth your time. This is worth your effort. I'm going to make it worth your while, no matter which way. If I'm paying you money, if I am giving you exposure bucks, which happens a lot in the musician community, no matter what you do, you have to show them that you believe in yourself. I know it's so cliche, but if you don't believe in yourself, why should they believe in you? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of analysis video. Be sure to check out some of my other stuff. You might like it too if you like this. My name's Austin. I'll see you next time.